everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor. For those of you who may have never been here before, welcome! Today we're going to be talking about 10 things that are in The Sims 3 Generations that I desperately want in The Sims 4. For those of you that don't know, I have been begging for Generations all year. Essentially all year. Last Christmas, I believe, I was like, EA, can we get Generations for Christmas? Didn't happen. Asked for it again this year. They just don't love me, I guess. I guess there's like not a good relationship there. They don't want to give it to me. But there are 10 things from that I desperately want in The Sims 4. I don't care when they come. I don't care how they come. These are just little gameplay things and little things that I just want so badly. Before we jump into that, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it. And if you're not already subscribed, you should make sure to do that as well. And let's jump into the 10 things I wish were in The Sims 4 that come from The Sims 3 Generations. What a title. So the very first one on this list is the costume chest that kids can play with. This is just like one of the cutest objects ever. So if you didn't play a lot of Generations, this is like a tiny chest. It's just like the toy chest that we have in The Sims 4, around the same size, but your Sims kids can click on it and choose different costumes. So there's a prince, a princess, an astronaut, and like a T-Rex dinosaur. Love that. Absolutely obsessed. And there's different colors they can be. So there's like a pink dinosaur, a green dinosaur, like there's options. And what happens is your Sims kids will like put these clothes on and then start like acting like they're a prince or a princess or an astronaut or a dinosaur. And it is the cutest thing ever. And your kids will go over, of course in The Sims 3, autonomy is way better. So the kids will go over and just do this on their own and just dress up and have fun and like be playing and living their best life. And I think it's so cute. If you had a whole bunch of kids that were like dressed as princes and princesses and like having a princess party, I just think that would be the most precious thing in the entire world. And this costume chest means a lot to me in The Sims 3, which like sounds kind of silly, but it's one of the cutest objects. And I just think that having something like this in The Sims 4 for your kids to dress up, where you don't have to go into cast to put them in a costume, you can just like have them do it on their own, would be so much fun. The next one is Strollers. These are actually super cute, and I didn't realize how much I care about this until I was playing in this game. It's funny, as somebody who doesn't want children, a lot of the child-focused gameplay is what I'm like really into, which is interesting. But there are strollers in The Sims 3 Generations, and with these you can actually walk around both your babies and your toddlers around the world, and since it is an open world, you could just like go travel to the park with your kids in a stroller, and it's just so cute. Honestly, The Sims 3, like, I didn't play with it that much back then because I was like in high school and university during its lifespan, but now I'm going back and being like, this game is superior, and I just love her. Anyway, your Sims can put their toddlers or their babies, free the baby in The Sims 4, but they can put their babies in The Sims 3 in a stroller and have them just walk around the world and hang out with them, and they just like kind of, it's just really cute. And it's just wandering, it's genuinely so precious, and this is one of those things that I just want in the game badly, because it just adds a sense of realism. Like, you're not just, you know, loading screen at a park. You're walking to the park in your stroller with your kid, and then they get to go play. It's beautiful. The next thing is another mobility device, I guess you could say, for elders, and this is walking canes. And this is one of those things that makes elders in The Sims 3 feel a little bit different, because in The Sims 4, really all that happens is like you go from adult to elder. Like, that's it. That's all that happens. They don't really look that much different. They don't like sag in the way that they should. That's such a weird sentence. Oh geez. Anyway, but there's not much of a difference in the life stages. You know, you go from a teen to an elder, you don't change that much in The Sims 4. But in The Sims 3, you could actually buy a walking cane that would completely change the way that your Sims walk, and they'll use this cane to walk, which is really cute. And there are 2 distinct walk styles that you can choose from as well, just to mix it up a little bit, have it be a little bit more interesting and very, very cute. Like, just having them walk with canes is adorable. And like you just see them like walk with their cane and like go play with their grandchildren. My heart, I can't. Just too cute. But it's one of those little things that just adds realism, adds details, and makes you want to play the game more. The next thing is boarding school, which is interesting. So in past Sims games, like Sims 1, you know, your Sims doing bad in school, they get taken away to military school, you never see them again. Maybe not the best. In The Sims 3, in boarding school, your Sims kids can come back. They can ask to come back, you can take them back, you get them back. They don't disappear for the rest of their lives, thankfully. But you can enroll your Sims kids in boarding school in The Sims 3, which is super fun. Like, just genuinely so much fun. And it's like, it's cute. And depending on which level of money you're willing to pay, your Sims kids will like go in a different vehicle. You know, you pay for the most expensive one. I think it's like Smugsworth or something. Like, it's very preparatory school, and they go off in a limo, and when you come back your Sims can earn grades. Obviously they can earn skills, and they'll just like actually be having an experience there, but you won't have to take care of them, which is kind of nice if you have too many Sims kids. It was funny in this family, I just sent off the kid aged one, you know, kept the teenager, kept the toddler, and was like, all right, bye, have a nice life. She did eventually come home, but you know, it's fine. She was just gone for a little while, but they can go off and learn a bunch of stuff at boarding school, which I think is fun because not everybody wants to raise children in The Sims, but they still want their kids to exist, if that makes sense. But it's one of those little things, like I just want there to be different types of school. I 100% want to get private school back in the game as well. I just want different options. The next thing on this list is for young adult and adult male Sims, and it's body hair. Body hair is one of those things, people have it. I have sciatica right now. I have leg hair. I can't shave them because I can't really reach. It's like not a fun time. But anyway, if I made myself in The Sims right now, I would want to make hairy legs because I think that's funny. Anyway, in The Sims 3, why do I tell people these things? It's fine. Anyway, in The Sims 3, you could actually add body hair to your Sims, and there was different areas you could do, so you could have like chest hair, back hair, arm hair, leg hair. It was just so much fun because it allowed you to give more individuality to your Sims. Because in The Sims 4, like all of them just look like Ken dolls, and it makes me a little uncomfortable. I don't know if that makes anybody else uncomfortable, but it's like, I don't want them to look like Barbie dolls. I want them to look like humans. It is a life simulator. They should look like people. But anyway, adding body hair can really give individual characteristics to your Sims and make them feel more unique and be able to actually create yourself in the game. So this is just one of those things that was really important in The Sims 3 and they definitely need to bring back in The Sims 4. So the next thing on my list is video cameras and home movies, and this is just one of those little details in the game that are just so precious. So the way that this works is you can buy a video camera in the build catalog, put it into your Sims inventory, and just have them like go around their house recording home movies, where you can like get them to record their kids playing or their family talking or like a family dinner, like anything you want, you can record this. Once you're done recording, it'll go onto like a little disc in their inventory, and you can actually play this on the television. Like have your Sims go around and like watch these discs on TV, which I think is like probably one of the cutest details in all of The Sims 3, because to see like you can like record it when they're like a baby or a toddler and then like have them as a teenager when they graduate high school, like come in and sit on the couch and like watch their home videos. It's these things that make the game feel super real and super just like loving and beautiful, and I want more of it in the game so badly. So those are the kind of details that I love. The home videos, it just warms my little evil frozen girl heart. I'm a big weenie. I'm not that evil. I promise. For people that are new, I promise. I'm not evil. Just sometimes. The next thing is the ability for your Sims to have a midlife crisis. Now, this might seem like something people don't want in the game. You know, you don't want your Sims to be going through negative things, but I'm the type of player that loves consequence. I love when Sims get brought home by the police because they're out past curfew. I love when Sims get arrested. I love burglars. These are all things that I've loved in past games. So to have your Sims age up to be an adult and then start questioning everything brings me way too much joy. So the way that this works is you're going to get like a moodlet that says that your Sim's going through a midlife crisis. And for the next like 6 or 7 days, what's going to happen is different little, wishes will appear. And if you click on these to add them to the ones that you're like promising, you can't get rid of them, and not completing them will give your Sim negative effects. And that is fun. I love consequences in this game. It's going to be things like moving house, quitting their job, buying a sports car, divorcing their spouse if they have one, flirting with somebody else, like those kinds of things, very midlife crisis-y. And they're just fun. It just mixes up the game. It makes your Sims feel different and gives a little bit of variety to how you're going to behave. Because I feel like a lot of the time when you get into that adult category in The Sims, you're just coasting. Like they're going to work, they're making sure their kids are okay, and that's it. They don't really get to live their own life anymore because you're focused on the younger generations. So I think that this really changes how you see your Sims. The next thing on this list is tree houses, and they are like themed tree houses. My favorite one is like the sci-fi themed tree house. I think these are super duper cute. So the way that these work is your Sims are able to play in them, your Sims kids are able to play in them, and it's just cute. It's just really adorable. There's like different animations and stuff that can happen. You can have your Sim set it so it's like a girls only or a boys only play area. You can have them actually dump water on people's heads. Like they'll be like, oh, come here, and the other person will stand like at the bottom. You can dump water on them. Pranksters, love that. And, as The Sims does, this is a woohoo location for your young adult, and elder Sims. You can have babies, make babies in the treehouse. These are the things that we care about. I just like these kind of like kids-only spaces, except, I'm literally thinking about if anybody has ever heard of this, like the Nugget After Dark stuff, if you know what I'm talking about. But like Treehouse After Dark, that's when it's for the adults. But the kid interactions are very precious, and these tree houses just bring me a lot of joy. And I just love seeing the kids actually have things to do, unlike in The Sims 4 where it feels very stale at this point. The next thing on this list is Prom. I love it. I feel like prom is one of those, like in North America, I don't know how it works anywhere else if you guys even have prom, but I had a prom. I ended up looking like a wet poodle. The girl did not do a good job on my hair, and my dress was just too big. It was awful. You'll never see a picture of me at prom. Anyway, my wedding pictures will be way better, but that's besides the point. In North America, prom is a big deal. Like, prom is one of those things where, like, you look forward to it for all 4 years of high school. You're thinking about it, your friends talk about it, and it is an event. So having it in The Sims just makes it feel like a coming-of-age story for your teens, and it's just really fun. So there's a chance that prom can happen. I think it's like Thursday through Saturday of any given week. If it happens that week, it won't happen the next week. Like, they have a cool-down period for prom. But what's going to happen is your Sims are actually able to ask somebody else to go to prom with them, which is really sweet. Melts my little frozen heart, and they can like have a prom date and they just go off in like cute little dresses. It is just a rabbit hole. You don't actually go to prom, but your Sims are going to prom. So it's like you're watching them like as their parent, because like your parents don't get to go to prom with you, but they get to like see the process and like hear about it, and it's just really precious. And it just feels like something that's really grown up and adorable, and I want more stuff like this for teens. I want there to be like specific dances and proms and events and dates that are like just teens specific in The Sims 4, because teens just don't have enough stuff to do. And the final object that I want in The Sims 4, but I also don't want in The Sims 4 is imaginary friends. These things are creepy. So what's going to happen is when you have a baby or a toddler in the game, I think there's about a 75% chance that you might get something creepy in the mail. And this is this very weird looking doll. We love her. And if you do enough interactions and become friends enough with the doll, and you have the doll like be your little Sims buddy when they're a toddler and into when they're a child, this doll can come to life and like walk around your house and like hang out with your Sims kids. These are actually kind of creepy because they do age up like with your Sims. So, like when you're a kid, they're like kid size. When you're a teen, they're teen size. They're very scary and I don't like them. And like the Sim who has the imaginary friend, if they're like at school or something, it'll like turn back into a doll. I don't know. I find them really creepy, but I also find them really hilarious and would love to have them in the game. And there are ways that you can get rid of it. So like it's not like you have to have the creepy imaginary friend, but I know that a lot of players really enjoyed playing with these. And I just think it'd be fun to bring it back. It's one of those things. Like the creepy doll from Paranormal, I hate it, but like make it my imaginary friend and I would hate it even more, but it'd be fun. I'm just here for the fun. And there you have it, guys. Those are the 10 things from The Sims 3 that I would love to see in The Sims 4 that are all family-oriented, generational gameplay, and I just can't wait to see hopefully some of these things come in, if not in The Sims 4, then in The Sims 5. What kind of things do you want to see in The Sims 4 in the next year? I hope we're not getting The Sims 5 this year. I just want The Sims 4 to have some more stuff first. Just some more stuff, please. But if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment letting me know what you want to see in The Sims 4, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.